10 ways to save money with low income. It's easy to save money when you're on a six-figure salary, right? But just how can you save money when you're on a low income or when you're living from paycheck to paycheck? Is it even possible? Absolutely. A savings culture sets you on a path of sustainable and long-term wealth. Hey everybody, welcome to Frugal Facts. Today we're going to go over the top 10 ways how to save money with low income. Please make sure to watch until number 1 because it's one of the most amazing saving tips I've ever seen that can turn your financial life around. Some of the tips and ideas may seem a little extreme, but sometimes that's exactly what you need to save money on a low income. So here goes. Tip number 10. Start with your biggest expenses. The first place to look when you want to save money is an analysis of your largest expenses. Rent, for instance, is often a big part of many people's monthly expenditures. Downsizing as much as you can is one of the best ways to increase your savings. If you feel like you can get the same value for less by moving to another place, then you should absolutely make the move. It may be even more prudent to move to a smaller apartment if you don't need all the space in your current apartment. Or simply move in with a roommate for a set period of time. Other big expenses you'll want to look into include your car insurance, debt repayments, and other recurring payments. Tip number 9. Aim to make cuts in every expense category, no matter how little. The next step to saving money when you have a low income is to try and pinch even as low as $5 to $10 from each expense category. Collectively, these small amounts could free up a surprising amount of extra savings each month. It's often possible to cut a few dollars from each expense category. The collective amount will free up more savings and give you a huge psychological motivation to determine how else you could save money. Figure out what you could drop from your grocery list. Take public transit, consolidate your trips to save on fuel, and walk or bicycle when possible. Find ways to cut down on the individual cost in each category, and you'll be surprised how much money you can save each month. Tip number 8. Channel found money into your savings account. Every now and then, we all come into some free money. It could be a birthday gift, a bonus, an overtime paycheck, or even money you find lying around your house. There's always an enormous temptation to blow it on something fun like a fancy, expensive dinner or that new gadget that you've been eyeing. But always purpose to commit found money into your savings account, and you'll be surprised how fast it can grow. Alternatively, you can commit to putting half of it into your savings account and the other half to go towards settling your debts. However, if you feel strongly that you ought to spend it on yourself, then commit to a certain percentage to do that and then use the rest to improve your financial position. Tip number 7. Switch to cash for your day-to-day expenses. Paying in cash gives you a psychological boost and a clear perception of what an item actually costs. Switching to a cash-only system, at least for some selected expenses, can help you stay on track by sticking to your budget. We all have our individual problems when it comes to spending and overspending. Counting hard cash at the till instead of swiping your credit or debit card may help you get a grip on your spending and eventually help you stay on track with your savings goals. The first step is to select the expense categories that will work with a cash-only system and then stop paying for those specific expenses using your credit or debit card, or even your checkbook, no matter what. Paying for your rent, car insurance, and some utility bills may not be too practical, but you can select other expense categories such as clothing, entertainment, eating out, groceries, or specific problem areas you often struggle with. You can also use an envelope system where you place cash in each category envelope and then take out the necessary amount throughout the month. There are apps that can help you keep track of your everyday cash expenses and receipts. Switching to cash may seem like an extreme or over-the-top idea, but it will help you get a grip on your spending habits and eventually increase your savings. Tip number 6. Consider DIY. Even on a low income, you don't have to cut corners to save money. There are plenty of DIY hacks that can help you squeeze out more dollars from your budget. And there's certainly something that you can do or a new skill you can quickly learn. According to Psychology Today, DIY projects don't just save you money, but also give you that job well done satisfaction that could be a huge mental boost to achieving all of your financial goals. It may be as simple as making your own home detergents and cleaners. With the right YouTube video, you can make home cleaners that will save you money and help the environment. You could consider repurposing used furniture, add a new coat of paint to your room, install a clothesline to air dry your clothes, grow your own vegetables indoors, make your own rags from old clothing, and many other small projects you could undertake. Collectively, these DIY hacks can save you a decent amount of money at the end of each month, which you should channel towards your savings account. Tip number 5. Switch to a cheaper TV service. Consumer reports indicate that cable TV prices are on the rise, and you'll want to switch to cheaper alternatives that can provide similar or near similar value. Streaming services provide great alternatives for cable TV. It may be cheaper to switch to a streaming service such as Netflix, which would charge between $8.99 and $15.99 a month. You can even share the account with 3 other friends and split the subscription fee amongst yourselves. With a variety of streaming options already available, perform an apples to oranges comparison and determine which options would allow you to pinch some dollars off your entertainment costs. Alternatively, consider other entertainment options that are either free or won't put a dent on your budget. They include free-to-air options, YouTube, and other free video streaming services. You can also take a more bold and radical approach and cut the TV cord for a specified period of time. You can then channel the funds into other expense categories such as debt repayments. Think of it as a TV detox that will also push you a little closer to your savings goals. And there are more benefits. You will have lower electricity bills, more time to focus on other things, and less exposure to incredibly persuasive ads that often encourage you to spend more of your money. Tip number 4. Drive more efficiently. This is especially crucial if you have to use your car on a regular basis. According to the U.S. Department of Energy, aggressive and high-speed driving, typically above 50 miles per hour, significantly lowers your gas mileage. That means you will spend more on gas. However, keeping your driving speeds low can save on gas mileage and eventually your monthly fuel costs. Some analysts indicate that the fuel efficiency sweet spot tends to be around 55 miles per hour or lower. While there certainly are several other factors in play, driver feedback devices have shown that you could rack up between 10% and 40% in fuel economy benefits. That means less gas money per trip and more savings for you. Simple maintenance tips such as regular checkups and servicing, proper tire inflation, wheel balancing, and others also contribute to better fuel efficiency. Tip number 3. Stay healthy. If you have a decent healthcare insurance package, make the most out of it by having regular checkups and doctor visits to ensure you stay in great health. Healthcare can be quite expensive if you have to pay for it out of your own pocket. There aren't too many ways you could cut down on healthcare costs, but you could take a preventive approach to medical problems by enjoying a higher quality of life. Some examples include getting regular exercise, eating healthy, quitting smoking, cutting down on alcohol, and getting enough sleep. These measures will help to reduce or prevent many medical problems and eventually cut down on your healthcare insurance costs. They will also ensure you remain healthy and productive so you can keep making more money. Tip number 2. Pay off your debts. Start with the high-interest debts. Debts tie up a large part of your income and limit what you can do with your money. Figure out a way to either pay them off or renegotiate them so you can free up more cash to channel towards your savings. Focus on high-interest debts because they take up more money in the form of interest, and they don't significantly reduce the principal amount. Work to avail more money to settle these debts each month, even if it's an extra $30 or $50 to go towards reducing the principal amount. Make it your top priority to tackle your debts because once that credit card bill or monthly repayment is out of the way, you will have more money to put into your savings or other expenses. It's certainly going to take a great deal of commitment to eliminate your debt, but it will make your life a lot easier and help you put more money into your savings. Tip number 1. Make more money. This is our absolute number 1 tip. At the end of the day, there are limits to just how much money you can save without having to cross the line towards extreme measures, such as foregoing the essentials. Keeping a tight budget is indeed a great way to save more money. However, the truth is that tightening your belts isn't going to raise your savings account as much as additional income can do. If there's absolutely no room to save money in your present financial situation, and making more money is just about the only way to create some breathing room in your finances. Therefore, you'll be well advised to find or increase your passive income. Find a side hustle or create any other stream of income that fits your skills, schedules, or abilities. It could be the best way to increase your income while still keeping your day job. One quick way to start making extra money is to sell off everything you don't need or you really don't use. To all the hoarders, this is the time to sit yourself down and have a candid conversation about all the items gathering dust in your basement. Selling off things you don't need will immediately avail quick cash that you can use to either offset your debts, if you have any, or clear any pending payments you may have. Final thoughts. Remember, the idea is not to reduce the quality of your life, but rather to find smart alternatives and ideas to save money no matter how low your income may be. Take a moment to be honest with yourself and your financial goals. Then focus on your savings goals and improving your financial situation by making smart choices. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more videos of saving money tips and much more. Check out this playlist of my top 10 videos of saving money tips, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.